happens, when you distract the oil from the coconut,
Yeah, yeah,
so the thing which has got the fiber content, which cleanses your body and, your whatever the immune system and all that. So
yeah,
that
yeah,
actually we throw because that is something which is very useful to your body.
yeah. Right, right,
So
right.
especially for constipation and all that, because
Okay,
it
okay.
has got ample of fiber. So what these
बहुत
people
बढ़िया.
do, they go for the oilless food because the coconut is it's oily,
It
and
sounds
when
so
they
healthy.
saute it oozes, and
Sounds so healthy.
that's the way they make curry. If you see the authentic Goan curry, it's oilless,
Okay,
and
I will Google it. I love that concept. ये तो बहुत अच्छा concept though. It's
yeah,
very
it
good
is
for
very good
breakfast.
concept, and that is the authentic Goan food actually. See, when
Hmm.
you think about the Goan food, it's not at the seaside food. You should go to the inner part of Goa and then you come to know that what is the Goan food all about. And when you think about they do have one dish that is called ghavan.
अच्छा
So
अच्छा.
you know what is ghavan? Ghavan is something which is made with the this rice flour, and it is
हाँ.
white in color. And you won't
अच्छा.
believe, like, I mean, it's so tender that you can literally, like, shake it like a sari. And the entire day it becomes, yeah, and it is like dosa kind of a thing. But
अच्छा अच्छा.
it goes with all curry items and all that. So that is the very soft roti of rice. And
Okay,
that
okay,
is
okay.
something so interesting. And see, we have grown up eating all these things because we are from coastal area.
हाँ हाँ
And I
हाँ.
have,
I
like
love that food.
I have grew eating all these things and I really missing all that. So that
Same
we
here.
call dhawan.
इंडिया में
And
हर
yeah, see,
एक का
and
एक
and when
खाना
you talk
मिलेगा.
about the coastal area, the food is like quite steamed, it's quite oil free
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because of the
Even
sweat and all that, because in the
even
the climate is very sweaty, the entire day
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah, yeah.
prosper a lot.
Even down
So
south में Bangalore curry, Bangalore has very good food, I
Bangalore
heard.
curry is also the same. It is oilless.
Yeah,
You see Google it.
okay, I
Aishwarya
will.
Rai is from Mangalore,
I
and
know,
these
yeah, yeah.
people, yeah, and these people. But in Mangalore, there are some people, some community of Christian people. They even go for pork also.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. अच्छा, हाँ, pork is very popular in Christian community.
yeah, even in Goa, the dish is which is called vindalu. So that is something which is made by pork.
Yeah. Okay, okay, okay.
Because see, Goan is the place, it's the, like Christianity dominating and all that. You know
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah. Yeah, I
all
know. I
these
was in
Portuguese and
Belgaum.
all
See,
that.
I did my college from Belgaum, Karnataka, which is like 2 hours from Goa.
Okay. So
So,
they do have the place that is called synagogue where these people worship, these Jews and
yeah,
all that.
exactly. So there's a camp area in Belgaum.
Okay.
Every town has a Christian area normally,
Okay.
and where they make the best, they make sausages, and so you would go just to eat those sausages and pork just in their area because they made very good sausages and meatballs.
Right.
Anyways, so
Yeah, but
how's
the
everything
restaurant
going?
which you introduced me, but once what happened that I just told them that don't make it spicy.
Uh-huh.
I tell you one thing, I was really pissed off. They literally put nothing in that and they literally got me the boiled
Never tell them to
rice
change
with.
their. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
What
so
happened is,
I really did the mistake telling them that I don't like spices, don't make it spicy.
yeah,
They got it like something so simple. You know what they did? They simply like added some sauteed prawns in plain white rice. And I said,
oh my
this wasn't I ordered. But eventually it was so crowded, and I thought that if I reorder, it might take more an hour.
God,
And then,
take a
I
long time.
tasted it, and eventually I didn't have it. Hmm.
I would go there on a weekday when there is less rush. There's no point when it's crowded. वहाँ पे जाने का it takes too long to get everything. But you're right. But they have good food. They
See,
make
but
good.
anyway, if you go intentionally just to kill your time and to just, meet up people and all that, that
Uh,
time you really don't bother, that how much
yeah,
time does it take?
yeah, yeah,
Because see,
yeah.
when you go to such kind of places, intentionally you go to kill your time, rather than having food. Because
Yeah,
see,
yeah,
if I go to the authentic fish thali where the auntie cooks and she serves me, so that
uh-huh.
time, you just hasten, you simply wind up, eating food because your intention is not to meet up people. But
Right.
when you go to such kind of places like Food Point and all that, so that time you're seeking like, that the people around and you can, be friend with them, you can talk to them and all that. So you know what I like, see, and I'm really not as foodie the way you think. For me, if I get the proper ambiance and the proper Haryanvi people around and all that, who come and hug me and say,
Yeah,
"System part देंगे," trust me, that is something which fulfills my hunger. Rather than, I'm not that foodie. And see, when you talk about the food things, trust me, I die for home food.
I know you're
Seriously,
a
I
very
can die
simple
for
guy,
home
man.
food. None of the
Absolutely.
restaurants can beat. I'm telling you, when I cook food, I be sure that I'm using two, three ingredients, not more than that.
Okay, okay,
Because
okay.
see, what I believe in that the more ingredients you use, the actual ingredient, which is the main thing, added in the cuisine, that loses all the flavor. I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just say, for example, we coastal area people, we put everything in pinch way. Say, for example, even if we put asafoetida, we just pinch it up and then we
Yeah,
put.
yeah.
What I have
Okay.
seen in Delhi that they literally use spoons, to put asafoetida. Can you believe this?
Wow. अच्छा वो
Seriously,
हींग
I'm telling
वैसा
you,
बैटर.
once what happened, I just ordered the idli and
हाँ.
I thought, okay, let's have idli. And it happened to be so expensive there. Say, for example, in Mumbai and the place like Goa, you get idli in 30 rupees, right? So over there, they charge 150 rupees.
Love their
And you
idlis.
won't believe, like, when I had that idli, it smelled me so spicy. And then I asked him that why is it smelling so? He said that he put asafoetida. You won't
Oh,
believe, like, when I saw inside the kitchen when he was cooking sambar, he was
yeah, yeah.
literally like, taking the full of with katori, the ball one, and he was
Wow.
literally like, pouring in that.